I said, Mama, please. If I was, do you think I'd let you know? Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground, ETN, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, it's going to be this cold. I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Lawrence will throw. Finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Lawrence. He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got it. Touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. It's now a 7-0 game. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent read. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd and very short, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs. But in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. It's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. Down inside the 10. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. 32 yards. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring him 2nd down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well. A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. (21-0) our score after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. The coverage will decide to break out on 3rd down. Dime defense. Breaking in the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him?
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Well, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. That is caught.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They go play action with Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On play action, Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. Well, that is now his fifth interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. This is caught. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll run with Dobbins, and he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point. And is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 to the 44. Incomplete that time. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Second quarter action. 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Hey, exit. 61, back box, right.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack. And a turnover on downs. A curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They go play action now. Jackson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action. It's Lawrence. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, how? I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Trayvon Walker
gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack on first down, Jackson.
And that was going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
He's at the 40, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick six.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They'll try and throw for him with Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on 4th. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Andre Cisco there on the stop.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to St. Brown.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Now it's Jackson. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Now Lawrence to throw. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. David Ojabo in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get...
On the building. Hey, Alpha.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Photo run show Fadukasi there on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no return here for Agnews, and they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Lawrence will throw. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Now Lawrence. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he's very close to a first down, but from the first spot in the football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This will be dangerous. They can maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It's been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. One more time with Etienne. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On play action, Lawrence. And it's caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Robert Tunyon from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Dobbins again on second down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.